Dear students, welcome back to CLE Science online class. I hope you all are absolutely fine and doing well at your home. Dear students, in last class we are learning about the chemical properties of the metal. In that we have learned how the iron is reacting with the oxygen to form a iron oxide, how the copper is reacting with the oxygen to form a copper oxide. So dear students, we can observe the reaction of copper with the moist air. So you can observe the green coating on the surface of the copper, which is the mixture of copper hydroxide and the copper carbonate. Okay dear students, so these are the some example we have learned in the last class. So let's discuss today whether it is a possible the non-metal is reacting with the oxygen. Okay, we are going to discuss on the same concept today itself. Dear students, when the reaction of non-metals with the oxygen, we are going to learn about the oxygen. So any one of the substance is reacting with the oxygen, it shows the oxide property. Okay, so the non-metals forms their oxide when it reacts with the oxygen. Any one of the non-metal is reacting with the oxygen, it showing the oxide. Okay, it's showing the oxide. So let's take an example about the sulfur. Okay, dear students, the reaction of sulfur with the oxygen, what is the symbol representation of sulfur? That is the S. Okay, so what is the representation of oxygen? It is a O2. Okay dear students, so when sulfur is reacting with the oxygen, it shows the sulfur dioxide. Sulfur is 1, oxygen is 2, so that's why it is called as a sulfur dioxide. Okay, so when sulfur is reacting with the oxygen, it forms a sulfur dioxide. So dear students, this SO2 is basic in nature. Okay, it is a basic in nature. Why? Because when you are going to take the solution of SO2, okay, make a solution of SO2 means just take a SO2 powder and add into some water, you will get a solution of sulfur dioxide. Okay, so dear students, it turns the blue litmus red. Okay, it turns the blue litmus red. So just recall, for checking the acidic and basic property, what we are going to use there, that is the indicator of which paper, that is the litmus paper. Okay, so it's showing the basic property. Okay, now let's take a next example when the reaction of carbon. Okay, carbon is also one of the type of non-metal itself. So when the carbon is reacting with the oxygen, which answer you will get? Carbon plus O2 is nothing but the carbon dioxide, is it? So when carbon is reacting with the oxygen, it forms the carbon dioxide. So you can observe that when coal, okay, that is the carbon itself is burnt, it forms a smoke. Okay, when it going to be burns, so it forms a smoke, so which contains carbon dioxide. So carbon dioxide is a basic in nature, so the solution of carbon dioxide in water turns blue litmus red. So for checking the basic property and the acidic property, we can use the indicator, that is the blue litmus paper and red litmus paper. Okay, so both the things we have learned today, that in the reaction is going on between the non-metals and the oxygen, oxide will going to be formed here. Okay, so the next concept is the chemical properties of the non-metal itself, whether the non-metal is reacting with water. Let's discuss. So the non-metals generally do not react with water, rather some non-metals which react with the rigorously are stored in the water. So dear students, some of the metals are, the non-metals are there which are reacting vigorously, so that's why they are stored in the water, but usually the non-metals are not reacting with the non-metals. Okay, whether the non-metal is reacting with the dilute acid means it is not a pure form of the acid, some of the water amount is there in the solution of acid, so that's why generally the non-metals do not react with dilute acid. So dear students, What happened when the metal is reacting with the acid? Which gas going to be get there? That is the hydrogen. But whether it is possible with the non-metals? No, because the non-metal is not reacting with water as well as the dilute acid, but they are reacting with oxygen to form their oxide. So these are some key points you have to be keep in your mind while learning the reactions of metals. Okay, dear students. So now let's go for the uses of metals. So dear students, the question can be asked, write the uses of metals. So you have to be right in all this answer. So usually we have taken 3 to 4 metals for uses purpose. Okay, another uses are there, you can collect it, but I have selected only few. So first one is the iron. Where you can use the iron? Iron is used for making pins, nails, nuts, bolts, tools, machines, construction of buildings, bridges. So these are the uses of the metals. What about the aluminium? Aluminium you can observe at your home itself. So with the aluminium parts, what you can make? You can make as a utensils, wires, furnitures, part of aircrafts. So dear students, all these things I have covered. Okay. So this aircrafts, vehicles, machines for packing food and medicine. So aluminum foil is using for packing the food. Okay, so this is another use of the metals. What about the copper? So where you are using this copper? Copper is used for making wires, vessels, electronic gadgets. Okay, so where we are using this copper? For making the wires in the electrical equipments. What about the gold? So usually where we are using the gold, because gold is too costly, so it is used for making only jewelries. But if you have any faith or any something, so usually what people are doing, they are praying to the god, and whatever ornaments they want to be donated to the temples, they are donating there. But usually gold is used for making the jewelries and the coins, medals. Okay, so there only we are using the gold. Okay, because it is too costly and normal people cannot be afford it. Next is the silver. Where we are using silver is used for making jewelries, some home you can observe the plates, the spoon. Okay, so for puja purpose what they are doing, they are preparing the utensils. Okay, so silver is used for using only for making jewelries and the coins, medals. Next is the platinum. Where we are using the platinum? Platinum is used for making jewelries, electric gadgets, plugs and the plugs in the vehicle. So platinum we are using in the so many areas. Next is the sodium. So sodium is very soft, you can cut by your knife also. Where we are using this sodium? So compounds are used as a common salt is chemicals. Okay, so dear students, these have the industrial application of the sodium. Next is the calcium. Where we are using this calcium? The compounds are used for making cement glasses is done by the calcium itself. So there so many uses are there which about the metals. Now let's talk about the uses of non-metals. So whether they are using in our day-to-day life, yes, it's have a large application in our day-to-day life. So that's only we are using studying here. So sulfur is used for making sulfuric acids, salts of metals. So where we are using sulfuric acid, because of another properties, industrial application have large application of the sulfur are there. So that's why for making the sulfuric acid or salts we are using the sulfur. Oxygen. So for making the used for the respiration by living things. Okay, so in our day-to-day life, each and every second, each and every minute we are using the oxygen. How? Why? Because of the respiration by living things. So the burning of fuels also it is used. What about the nitrogen? So nitrogen is used for making the ammonia, which is used for the making fertilizers. So dear students, where we are using this fertilizer? In the crop production, to get a better yield we are using this fertilizers. Next is the hydrogen. Where we are using the hydrogen? It is used for making ammonia, which is used for making fertilizer as fuel in the rockets for welding etc. So hydrogen also have a large application where we are using for making the fertilizers as well as fuel in the rockets. Okay. So these are the example of hydrogen. What about the chlorine? So chlorine is used to kill germs in water. So dear students, this chlorine, after adding the chlorine, what happens? The microbes which are harmful in the water, we can protect our water. Okay. So chlorine is used to kill the germs in water. What about the iodine? Iodine is used as a tincture iodine, which is an antiseptic. Dear students, antiseptic is nothing but the like a antibiotics for us. Antibiotics usually what we are doing, we are having it, but antiseptic we are applying it. Okay, applying on the wounds or injury, we are applying this iodine as a tincture. Okay, so these are some uses of the non-metals. Let's discuss some physical property and the physical properties of the metals and the non-metals. So dear students, these metals are solid. Okay, usually these metals are solid, but except mercury, all the metals are solid in nature. What about the non-metals? Non-metals may be solid, liquid or a gases. So they can be gases. So dear students, one more information I have to add here, that is the bromine, which is the non-metal, but it is present in the liquid form. Okay, so metals are hard except sodium and potassium. All the metals are hard in nature, but except sodium and potassium, all the metals are hard in nature. Usually the non-metals which are solids are brittle, where diamond is the hardest. Okay dear students. So dear students, the non-metals, okay, the non-metals are usually solids are brittle. Okay, so all the non-metals are present in the gaseous form, but some of the metals are present in the solid form. So which example we have? That is the diamond. Diamond is also form of the carbon itself. So carbon is the non-metal, so it is very hard. Metals have a metallic luster. Metallic luster means they are showing the shining property, whereas the non-metals do not have the luster, and some have a dull luster. Luster means shining property. Non-metals, they don't have usually the luster property. Metals have a high melting point and the boiling point, where the opposite of the metals, the non-metals, they don't have a low high melting point, they have a low melting points. Next is the metals are malleable, so but non-metals are not malleable. Malleable means you cannot be converted into a thin sheet. Metals it is possible, for non-metals it is not possible. Next is the metals are ductile in nature. So non-metals are not ductile in nature. Okay, ductile means they are not ready to converted into a thin wires. Metals are good conductor of heat and electricity, where non-metals are not good conductor of heat and electricity. It is a bad conductor of heat and electricity, but except graphite, all the non-metals are bad conductors of electricity. Metals are sonorous in property, but non-metals are not sonorous in property. So dear students, these are the some important points for making the differentiation between the metals and the non-metals. So now dear students, today you have a homework, that is the drag the correct metals and non-metals by its correct use. So you have a uses you have used in packaging, used in making rubber more elastic, used in photography, galvanization, electric bulbs, safety match, fertilizers, drills, works, pencil lead, flexible pipes used in a welding. So there so many examples are there about the metals uses. You have to be write it. Okay, so this is your today's homework, and you have to be complete today itself. So you have to be sent on my WhatsApp number. Okay dear students, so let's meet in the next class. Here we have complete your chapter. In the next class we are going to discuss the another revision concept what we have learned, because upcoming days you have a periodic test, so we are going to revise the concept one by one. Okay dear students, so let's meet in the next class. Have a good day. Bye bye.